Soccer Saturday pundits preview Super Sunday. The Soccer Saturday pundits have provided us with their predictions for a mouth-watering NewsZone Super Sunday lineup, which sees Arsenal travel to Man City and Chelsea host Man Utd. City will be looking to strengthen their grasp on top spot following a record-breaking opening 10 fixtures, with Arsenal's task reflected by Sky Bet handing them their longest odds-on record for a Premier League victory. Chelsea and Manchester United will then be hoping to gain ground on the leaders when Jose Mourinho takes his side to his old stomping ground at Stamford Bridge. Here's what Charlie Nicholas, Paul Merson, Bill Thompson and Matt Letizia are predicting for the two clashes. Manchester City v Arsenal, 2:15 p.m. live on Sky Sports Premier League. Man City vs Arsenal live on. Charlie says, "In all honesty, I saw Arsenal were 5/1 with Sky Bet and I actually think that will get bigger before kickoff, because of the result Manchester City had midweek, which was more impressive than Tottenham's win. You look at City and you think who would have to get injured to derail them? Maybe Kevin De Bruyne, because it was this time last season when he was out and they struggled. Leroy Sane looked like he picked up a slight strain, but they've got Raheem Sterling. And when Sergio Aguero is out, they've got Gabriel Jesus. I think this is really going to be a mega Sunday and I'm going for goals galore. I'm going for Aguero to score, Sterling to score and the City target Sanchez to score. Nicolas Otamendi is the weak link to target and I'd put Alexander Lacazette on him. But their defense is still better than Arsenal's. I'd actually prefer Per Mertesacker because he is more about positioning against City's passing and moving than a physical battle. But either way, I do not think I'm going to enjoy this one." Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has denied comments by Chelsea's Antonio Conte that City are the favorites to win the Premier League title. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has denied comments by Chelsea's Antonio Conte that City are the favorites to win the Premier League title. Charlie predicts 4-2 and Aguero to score first. 55/1 with Sky Bet. Merce says, "Arsenal went to Chelsea a few weeks ago and got a comfortable goalless draw and I thought the penny had dropped. They did it 2 years ago at Man City and won. Although Santi Cazorla was in the team then and he was their best player. But since that Chelsea game one said, okay right, let's wait and see till the next big game and see if the penny has dropped. Or was that just fortunate? And it all depends on which way Arsene Wenger sets up. But I cannot go for anything other than a City win given the way they play. If anyone is going to go there and win, believe it or not, you would go for Arsenal as they play a flamboyant way. They open the game up. And if you are going to beat City, you have to have a go. There is no point sitting back and saying, right, let's try and nick something on the break, as they have too many good players who are going to break you open before the end of the game." Merce predicts 3-2 and Aguero to score first. 35/1 with Sky Bet. Thamo says, "I think anybody would be a bit worried playing against Manchester City right now. They are as good as they are going to get this season. Pep Guardiola seems to have his team in the groove and he's going to continue being offensive. You see the joy on his face watching the way his players are playing. In contrast to the frustration of last season, there's so much confidence running through them with John Stones and Otamendi starting to provide a solid base." Ahead of Manchester City's Super Sunday clash with Arsenal, Tubes ask Leroy Sane the big questions about his colleagues on the pitch. Ahead of Manchester City's Super Sunday clash with Arsenal, Tubes ask Leroy Sane the big questions about his colleagues on the pitch. Thamo predicts 3-1 and Jesus to score first. 25/1 with Sky Bet. Letiz says, 5/1 for Arsenal to win is amazing, but to be fair it looks right. I cannot see Arsenal living with them. I really can't. I know they got a 0-0 draw at Chelsea, but Manchester City are a different level. From what I've witnessed this season, Arsenal are a million miles off City, and it could be a long afternoon. The only way Arsenal can win is if City get complacent, but I cannot see that happening. Lettice predicts Man City 3-0 Arsenal and Jesus to score first. 22/1 with Sky Bet. Watch a preview of Sunday's Premier League fixtures, including Manchester City against Arsenal, and Jose Mourinho returns to face former club Chelsea. Watch a preview of Sunday's Premier League fixtures, including Manchester City against Arsenal, and Jose Mourinho returns to face former club Chelsea. Chelsea v Manchester United. 4:30 p.m. Live on Sky Sports Premier League. Chelsea vs Man Utd live on. Merce says, I think there will be just one goal in this. Jose Mourinho set up at Liverpool to not to get beat. They beat all the lesser clubs, went to Liverpool and drew 0-0. After that you come away and go, right, if we draw with all the big boys and beat all the lesser teams, which we will have a chance of winning the league. Single quote. But then they fell behind the 8 ball as a week later they lost to Huddersfield, and that is it. Take the Huddersfield game away, though, and there is nothing wrong. They just beat Tottenham, and everybody is telling me they are going to win the Champions League. If I get the score right in the first Super Sunday game, then they have to go to Chelsea and win, as a draw is no good for either team. A draw will be a waste of time. So it all depends on what happens in the first game. It really does, because the mindset has got to change. If City beat Arsenal, they go 8 points clear, and so a draw is no good to United, while Chelsea will be 12 points behind. So it all depends on that first game, as if Arsenal go and do something we do not expect them to do, and win that game, then it is a different game, and then a draw suits both alright. But I am going to go 1-0 Chelsea, as I just think United are going to go for it, and Chelsea will just make a chance or two before the end of the game. Danny Higginbotham analyses Chelsea with and without N'Golo Kante ahead of their Super Sunday clash with Manchester United. Danny Higginbotham analyses Chelsea with and without N'Golo Kante ahead of their Super Sunday clash with Manchester United. Merce predicts 1-0 and Morata to score first. 16/1 with Sky Bet. Charlie says, well, I can't see quite as many goals here. This is all about tension and frustration. What do we anticipate from Jose? These managers don't like each other, and neither will want to get embarrassed. Jose will look at Chelsea and think Conte is on the brink of leaving the club. Hazard isn't really producing the goods. What are they missing? The man Jose has at United, Nemanja Matic. But will United open up and have a good go? No, they won't. I actually think Jose is on the brink of a breakdown with this fans issue, and I think Chelsea will be so fired up. There's a lot in there that Conte will fire into his side to respond to, and I think that will inspire them to win this game. Hazard has not quite found his sharpness yet, but I think he'll thrive in this situation. Enjoy the physical battle. Turn up and be the star of the show. Charlie predicts 2-1 and Hazard to score first. 40/1 with Sky Bet. Thamo says, neither team is tearing up trees at the moment, and United are possibly not playing as people would like. I think Mourinho is going through one of these spells without Paul Pogba and, dare I say it, Mauro and Fellaini. I think he's just seeing this period out and he's getting results. The Tottenham result was a massive one, and they weren't great against Benfica. But when they're still in a challenging position in a few months, he'll point to this and say he got the job done. Manchester United have been less fluid in recent games, says former defender Dennis Irwin. Manchester United have been less fluid in recent games, says former defender Dennis Irwin. Chelsea, on the other hand, are struggling with playing European games. Conte was able to prepare his team and recover them a lot better last season. and the few injuries he's had haven't helped his selections. He's moved his back three around. But will Mourinho go and attack that defense? I think United will try and nick a goal again, but I can see Chelsea taking a lead here, which will make it a better spectacle. Thamo predicts 1-1 and Morata to score first. 18/1 with Sky Bet. Latis says, I think this could be a feisty affair. I'd probably look at back the overbooking points here rather than actually trying to predicting who will win this match. I don't see United going there and trying to open the game. But it was a demoralizing defeat midweek, so confidence will not be high among the Chelsea players. I don't think Chelsea will want to lose the game after what has happened, so a stalemate could be on the cards. Latis predicts 1-1 and Hazard to score first. 18/1 with Sky Bet.